Like they say, if you are big, you are big. And Real Madrid is showing everyone how to deal in the transfer market. This summer alone, they have signed 4 players for a combined total of £75 million. And you begin to ask yourself, how did they do it? How have they come about this? What is Don Florentino Pérez doing in the transfer market? He has been able to get Ibrahima Konaté for free. He got Dumfries for just bit parts. He bought Bernardo Silva for free too, and Marc Cucurella for around £52 million. Everything combined for £75 million. They have strengthened almost everywhere. And the question is, have they finally hacked the summer transfer market? Mide, £75 million for 4 players. Do you think that Don Florentino Pérez has done the best job in the summer transfer market so far?
I think it's one of the smartest piece of business that they have done in years, and this reeks of smart planning, planning ahead and not just about luck. They actually strategically plan for these players. They actually know how to, in a way, let me not use the word, I want to use the word tap up. How to tap up players, tell them, run down your contract. They did it with Camavinga, they did it with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Rudiger, they did it with Mbappe too. So and all of that. So and
it's becoming a trend.
No, of course it will be. Not everybody can do that. Do you know why? Because they are the biggest. They have the biggest club in the world. So everybody wants to see by default. Every dream of every young aspiring footballer is to play for Barca or for Real Madrid. And there's no way, even if the only reason why players like Pedri or Gavi or Lamine Yamal will not want to play for Real Madrid because of their affiliation to Barca. If Madrid
rivalry.
Because of the rivalry. So if Real Madrid call any player, definitely they want to, even though they want to give to once a year Madrid after you. Cucurella is a cooler, but look at him now. He's a Real Madrid player. So that's to tell you that the power and that is why they have positioned themselves to be in this position. And Florentino Pérez is maximizing that. And actually, it's a smart one from Perez all around. That is just my own take.
Elizabeth, how come that clubs have failed to learn how to tie their players on a contract? What is the problem? Is it the affluence of Real Madrid that is too much, or clubs are just failing to make sure that they tie their big players to proper contract?
Like we did mentioned, Madrid doesn't even need to call you. They don't even need to do Ace, come here. You yourself, you lobby. Like the way all these all these big boys in Nigeria, some girls go there their DM, they say, I like you. They can you I just admire your look. Allegedly. Because I don't do. Wait. Looking at how they don't even need to call you. You yourself, you go there and lobby. We've had an alleged statement of Enzo Fernandez going there to lobby.
Even Madrid had to give a disclaimer.
That we are not looking for you, we don't want you. That is how big they are. So it's not about you not tying your players down. It is about the pedigree, the heritage, the prestige of a big club like Real Madrid. Even Liverpool, when Arnold wanted to leave, they were trying to offer him a contract. He said he's going to where my crush is. This is my crush, and I want to go there and be with my crush. So that's just it.
And he has been crushed.
Madrid have had a lot of problems on the flanks. When I say flanks, the full backs, left back, right back, they have Dani Carvajal is aging, is leaving anytime soon. On the left, they have issues. Trent Alexander-Arnold has not been, for all the paparazzi that came with signing from Liverpool, he has not shown why Real Madrid is getting him. Has Madrid been able to solve one of their biggest problems in just one transfer season?
I think so. Obviously, Dumfries will give Arnold that needed competition. If we are now Trent now that
it's one of the best in terms of good contributions.
Yes, and also we know what Trent Arnold is all about when it comes to goals and assists. So it is not just about goals and assists now for Mourinho. It is about, if as much as you are contributing in attack, you must do same at the back.
Yeah.
So I remember when he was at Real Madrid at some point, he was preferring Fabio Contra to Marcelo. He had Marcelo, but he was putting Marcelo on the bench because Contra was, as much as he gets forward, he's a rock at the back. And that is where I think the reason why Dumfries is being gotten, because he's a lot better, defensively than he's not overly defensive, but it's a lot better than Trent when it comes to defending. So now there's competition. Cucurella on the left-hand side with Carreras and Cucurella. Cucurella is a more defensive defender, more defensive fullback rather. So in a way, there's competition for every place, and there's it doesn't have to rely on one person for the kind of system that he wants to play. He can actually, throw one forward like he did at Chelsea.
He now has options.
Now sometimes at Chelsea back then he had Asukuta, withdrawing the rolling fullback and Ivanovic the flying fullback and all of that. So he can actually go defensive, go attacking, depending on how he wants to strategize. And so having that competition is actually key, and it's very, very brilliant.
For some time now, people have been complaining that Real Madrid has not been playing beautiful football. Under Ancelotti, no beautiful football. Under Zidane, no beautiful football. But we know Real Madrid, the most important thing for them is a win. Nobody cares about
efficiency.
Nobody cares about football. Now, Mourinho with the kind of players that is buying. We know Mourinho is one coach, who though most people have actually tried to misinterpret his how will I say it, his desires, his kind of coach. People always see Mourinho as an ultra defensive coach, and they are starting to prove it. In his first season at Chelsea, they went with just 15 goals conceded. Do you think Mourinho right now is saying, there's a word I don't want to use now, every form of elegance I'm packing it away. I'm just going for raw power. Whatever gives me the win. This is what I want to do at Real Madrid today.
Well, what I can see in that is that Mourinho is all about. He did it in the first team at Real Madrid. Madrid were not actually. They were in a way. I don't want to use the word in my head too, but in a way they were sissies. They were. In a way,
they don't care about what they want to play. All they want is give me the chance I score. I shut off.
Not even that. Like the mental. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. The mentality is so weak. Look at this Real Madrid team now. The mentality is so down now that players are having, all this ego. He will clamp down on it. That is one thing that he wants to do that. And he's trying to assemble a team that can dominate, not with the possession. He doesn't care. With power. So he needs that, because that is where you build your mentality for, and that's the way he is able to exponentially say, okay, it is us against the world. Show me your mind. And even this guy, Samuel Eto'o, alluded to that fact that there's no manager in the world that can actually compare to Mourinho when it comes to managing players. How to massage egos, when to go soft on you, when to go hard, and all of that. So these are the things that Madrid. So the reason why Mourinho it's not like Mourinho is the best option for Real Madrid right now, but it is what they need. Not the best option in terms of managerial whatever, but it is what they need, because that dressing room is really a big problem, and they need an authoritarian that's going to handle it, and Mourinho is the person.
After 9 to 10 years at Manchester City, Bernardo Silva at 31 years is going to Real Madrid. He comes with experience. He comes with the winning mentality, and that is one thing that is very, very important for any player that Real Madrid will be signed. How best does Mourinho use Bernardo Silva? Does he use him to to give balance in midfield, or use him on the flash to give him creative excellence? Elizabeth, if you are Mourinho now, how best do you think Mourinho can use Bernardo Silva?
Put him in that midfield. He needs to be that, that driving force to push them. And then for Bernardo Silva, he can play anywhere in the midfield. He can play very upfront in the final third. He can drop deep like he did in this last season.
Last season for Manchester City.
It was a lot deeper.
Because of the absence of Rodri. He can do anything. And you need that, that controller in the midfield. That is one thing that midfield has been lacking for a while now, since the absence of the midfield trio of Casemiro,
Toni Kroos and
Modric.
Toni Kroos was even the larger miss for them. Toni Kroos.
So having that kind of controller right now is a bonus, and on a free budget, it can do and undo, and it will not just give you that that even midfield contribution. It will also contribute on the flank. And that's one thing. There is a way it drives, and then it moves to the flank in game. So it's going to be I feel, in my opinion, that let him stay in that midfield and control those young boys. They need to learn under his experience.
Real Madrid, like I said, if you are big, you are big. Is there still any debate about who the best club currently in the world is now? Because Real Madrid has taken player away from Chelsea. They have taken away player from Liverpool. They have taken player away from Inter Milan. They are taking a player away from Manchester City. Is there any argument as to which club is the biggest club in the world right now?
Of course, there's no debate about that. Even Elizabeth will agree with me that no club comes close. 15 Champions League. It's since they are beans. It's not beans that you have 15 Champions League. It doesn't come by luck. It comes by having our ability to know how to play it, how to win it. And what separates a good team from a great team is the ability to win the big trophies, not just trophies now. Win
trophies.
The biggest trophies in the world. Madrid has winning the trophy in this world that Madrid doesn't possess. That is why they are the best club in the world.
And apart from trophies, also they know how to go through the finish line. Not like some clubs whereby you start well, and then when push comes to shove, like we usually say, they falter. So they are a club that they know how to get to the finish. Allow. Let's come back. Let's come back.
After is an example.
No, let's come back.
So you can relate very well.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
That's a low jab. That's a low jab.
So for
That's a
Real
low
Madrid,
jab.
they know how to not just win trophy, they know how to go over the finish line, and that's an all mark of a great team.
Well, Real Madrid have been without trophies in the last 2 years, and I want to believe that Mourinho, one thing he would have on his marker is at least get one trophy. Even if in a Copa del Rey, he must win something. It's been an actually interesting 1 year. Please do well to follow us across all social media handles as ScoreCityNG and on Facebook as ScoreCityNG1.
Thanks for watching. Kindly follow Score City on all platforms. Do well to check our next video.